That'll help. Good evening, everyone. New voice tonight on SVOR streamer account. Welcome to the SVOR Christmas Championship. Part 1. This is going to be a two-night series. Two-night championship. It's going to be 5 races. There was meant to be quite a few more drivers than we do have, but they decided to do other things. So it was meant to be 5 drivers in each of the 2010 McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull. As you can see, we only have 8 drivers, so we've got 4 in the McLaren and 4 in the Red Bull. The 4 in the McLaren. A second. Are LR Despair, A Bradford 22, Pete 77F1 and car driver 77. The 4 in the Red Bull are Bonge SV, SV1 Shaw, LR Pagoo and SV Richard. They will be doing a short qualifying here at USA, and then 25. They would be doing 3 25% races tonight. The USA, Britain and Netherlands. And tomorrow will be the concluding 2 rounds of Canada and Brazil. The rounds after this one will be reverse grid of the championship order. So you're never going to start further down than 8th anyway, because there's only 8 of them. So we'll see how this goes. Should be something different, something fun. So we've got LR Despair then, about to start his first flying lap, and the first flying lap of the evening in McLaren, and we'll go on board with him for the whole lap. Coming up to turn 1. Tricky uphill braking zone. If you've got the ABS set off. And the tricky sort of S windy section. Sector 1, very easy to invalidate. Does very well not to so far. I don't want to speak too soon. That is all good, I think. Just this last one that's easy to do it on. No, he's all good. Didn't see the time he set in sector 1. I'll tell the time he set in sector 2. Also put up the time. It's not really going to matter. Just put up best. No numbers on these cars. I thought they'd still have the numbers on. So he does a 1:05.6 going through sector 2. Excuse me. We have a yellow flag in sector 1. Don't know what that's for. Don't think it's ever going to matter. Coming around the final corner now, and he's going to set the first timed lap of a 1:38.0. I believe we'll go to car driver. No, we will not. Go to Pete, I believe. No, he's invalidated it as well. Excuse me. But Pete will be the next person to start the lap at least. No, he's not, because he's going into the pits. We'll go to car driver then. Also in the runner, we'll go to LR Pagoo in the 2010 Red Bull, the car that led Sebastian Vettel to the first of 4 titles in a row. Just made you mod. Oh, nice one, cheers. What does that do? What can I do with that? Oh yes, commentator tonight. I don't think I said, is SV Ranzi 1. As SV One Shot is racing. So swapping roles between me and SV One Shot, who usually is on the commentary duties with Light Shock. Well, our picker would have been purple in sector 1, but he's invalidated it. So there's no one else. Oh no, LR display going for another one. Well, it's 4.5 seconds down currently. I think LR Despair has run out of fuel there. Oh, dearie me. Excuse me. Oh dear. Goes in the wall. There's another Red Bull just gone past. I wonder if that's Bonge, so we'll go on board with Bonge. Another one of the Red Bull drivers. Starting his first flying lap. Only one lap on the board at the minute with nearly half the session gone. Excuse me. Makes it through the first sector nice and clean. 26.3 in sector 1. No invalidations as of yet. No, he makes it all through there. Good. That's really the only sector you have to worry about making invalidations. Sector 1. It's just stupid. Going down the long DRS straight now. Yellow flag in sector 1/2. Sector 2, mainly, obviously. There's a 1:05.6 in sector 2. I think that's very similar to the time that LR Despair has done so far. But near enough everyone out on track now, apart from Bradford and Pete, who has retired. He forgot it was only short qualifying, so he's retired far too early, obviously. Bonge goes P1 with a 1:37.418. I don't know if that's a good time. It's obviously faster than LR Despair's time, so yeah. No lap time been set by that car. I don't know who this is going to final corner. It was LR Despair. Who's next across the line? Because they're all white, this is not helpful. There's SV Richard, who's going to come around the final corner at the minute. Richard has a 1:41.8. On SV again. Excuse me. Not many laps being put on the board here. We'll carry on. SV1 shot now coming around down the final straight. Weaving a bit there for some reason. Our Bonds went quicker with a 36.8. I missed that, I do apologise. This is going to be a half decent time, I think, here from SV1 shot. Not going to be too bad. Going to be a 1 minute 40.7, taking him up to P3. Very nice. Well done. Just over 5 minutes left in this session then. And we've still got 3 drivers yet to set up. They are car driver 77, LR Pagoo, and a Bradford 22. LR Pagoo in the Red Bull, car driver and Bradford both in the McLaren. Car driver goes purple in sector 1 with a 26.5, I believe it was. .1056 for car driver in sector 2. He's going to come around through the final sector now. I don't know who that is ahead of him. Quite hard to tell. With all the cars being white. Would have helped if they made them silver and blue to represent the McLaren and the Red Bull colours. Going to come around the final corner. It's going to be a 138.1, putting himself into P3. LR Pagoo then coming around the final couple of corners. There's Bradford ahead of him, but he has invalidated this lap. LR Pagoo goes P1 with a 36.1. And now the only driver yet to set a lap is a Bradford. We'll call him Brad. I don't know who he is. Car driver's the only other person out there on a lap. As Richard starts his second flying lap and has unfortunately left the session. I wonder if Brad's coming back out or not, whether that's him done. SV Richards' car has been thrown back to the pits. That's nice of the game. LR Pagoo, the only person on a timed lap. He's a couple of tenths down on his quickest time so far. Comes around the final corner now as he goes faster with a 1 minute 35.999. 999. So it looks like Brad isn't going to set time and he's going to start P7. Anyone go around to start another lap? Bonge SV is also in the Red Bull, so it's going to be a Red Bull 1-2 by the look of things. Brad has retired from the session. Just purple in sector 1, 26-1. 10th and a half up so far. Could be challenging LR Pagoo here for P1. For pole position, I should say. Do these cars have DRS? I don't think they do. No, they don't. 2011, I think, DRS got bought in. He's 4.5 tenths up in sector 2. So if he can hook this last sector up, he's very much on for pole position here. Excuse me. Is this going to be P1? Bit of a squirm out the final corner. It is going to be good enough just for P2. 4 tenths off so far. LR to spare half a second up through sector 1 alone. So this is going to be close to them top 2 as well, I would imagine. As SV1 shot goes into the pit, so we'll just stay with LR Despair here. Seems to go a little bit wide into that corner there. I didn't see what his time was up on through there. Seemed to go well through there. Nice line through the penultimate corner, now the final corner. Up to the line, bit of a squirm. It's going to be a 36.603. I think good enough for P3 on the grid. So it's going to be a Red Bull lockout at the front row. So we've got a Red Bull first row, McLaren second row, Red Bull third row, and McLaren fourth row. 2 Red Bull, 2 McLaren, 2 Red Bull, 2 McLaren. Going to the first race. Obviously a variety of different paces here. Hi, Matty. It's Ramsey. Going at 29 minutes past 8 for the race. Excuse me. How are you doing, Matty? Here we go then. Round 1 race of the SVOR Christmas Championship. Part 1, round 1. Part 2 will be tomorrow night. Will just be 2 races tomorrow night. Good, good. Oh dear, the Red Bulls have already collided on the formation lap and they've both been disqualified. Oh dear. That was funny. So LR Despair will lead them round then. He's going to have nice warm tyres. Lol. Gonna go for dry. May even go for a 0 stop here. Some of them. I think most of them will, to be honest. Don't think you'll be seeing many pit stops. It should just be straight racing, 14 laps of the USA. Around about 1 minute 40 laps for the leaders, I should think, to about 1 minute 45 maybe. Two, 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and away we go for the SVOR Christmas Club, and the McLaren of LR Despair has gone into the Red Bull of Bonge SV and has got some damage already. many wheel spin there, and he just seemed to drift over. So we've got Bonge SV leading off the start. Then from LR Despair, Car Driver, SV One Shot, and SV Richard all up a position. LR Pagoo has gone down 5 positions. Pete up 1 and Brad down 1. Lollygagging about at the back of the grid there. So that was a very, very entertaining start there. Excuse me. Apologies. Bonge looking to run away with this already. Nearly a second lead over LR Despair. Excuse me, again. Just keeping that gap just under a second. Pete's made his way past SV Richard. Oh, look, the battle going on for P6 between 3 drivers as SV Richard's made his way back past Pete. I don't think there's going to be any pit stops, as it again shows the predicted pit stop strategy. Bonge sets the fastest lap of the race, obviously, because it's the first lap of the race. SV Richard has a little do, or actually, oh yeah, didn't think he would. No, I think the running order is still Bonge, Despair, Car Driver, One Shot. Richard's not. Oh yeah, Richard is in last place. The timing screen seemed to have messed themselves up a bit, and apparently we're on lap 3, but we're not. So apologies for that. Hopefully it sorts itself out in a minute. This is once again a great game. Bonge now running away with this. Bonge leads him round again. LR Despair pits. Has he got some damage? He's having a wing change there. There he is. I'm just finding out some information. Bonge once again sets the fastest lap of the race. He now has a 6.5 second lead over Car Driver. LR Pagoo chasing him down there. Bradford is also on the back of this battle for P2 here. The second race will be a reverse grid of the results here. Brad picks up a 3-second time penalty, so we've got 5 drivers with time penalties so far there. Car driver, Brad, Pete, one shot, and Richard, La Despair, Bond and Pagoo currently have no penalties. La Despair sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:38.1. La Pagoo has got past car driver and is now on the hunt for Bonge. Brad has also got past car driver and is now up into P3. Can Brad now chase after LR Pagoo is the question. Car driver staying within a second of Brad here though. LR Pagoo slowly closing that gap down to Bonge. Is LR Despair going for the tactic? Of starting on pole for the second race. So we're going to be doing a old school points system. Where because there's only 8 drivers, we'll just give obviously the top 8 drivers points. So the points are going to be as follows. First place is going to get 10 points, second place is going to get 8 points, third 6, fourth 5, fifth 4, sixth 3 points, seventh 2 points, and eighth will get 1 point. And we will do 1 point for fastest lap across the championship. Halfway through this race, Bond still holds a healthy-ish lead to LR Pagou, although that gap is coming down. LR Despair is now got past SV Richard, and the only driver without any penalties is LR Despair. Let's just go to penalties. So we've got 3, 3, 3, 6, 6, and 3, and then 6 for the last place driver. We'll leave it on penalties, so you can still see the caps. LR Despair now onto the back of SV One Shot for P6. Catching him at a fair rate of knots there. He's going right around the outside, off the track near enough. Doesn't obviously get the traction to make that work. Everyone now has a penalty. So it just depends what these guys can do with the penalty. There goes LR Despair trying to make a move into turn 1 on SV One Shot with a pretty good recovery drive here so far. Ooh. Car driver now has 9 seconds worth of penalties. Okay, no fastest lap point then. I've just been told by the boss. Just straight point scoring. The boss being Mr. Kieran Hensley. Brad picks up another penalty. The gap now down to 5 seconds between LR Pagou and a yellow flag in sector 3. Yeah, LR Pagou and Pond. Pete coming up to the back of car driver. McLaren v McLaren. We've still got Pete chasing down car driver here, then we've still got Pagoo chasing down Bonge. The gap now down to 2.2 seconds. As Pete gets past car driver there. Looks clean. Didn't really catch the overtake on screen because the camera decided to go woohoo. So this could get interesting, this final 2 laps. See if LR Pagoo can catch Bonge, both in the Red Bull. Just 1.2 seconds now the gap as we close into the final lap of the round 1 of this Christmas Cup. Oh, ooh, and Bonge has got less penalties significantly than LR Pagoo here. So we've got Bonge on his own with 3 seconds, and we've got LR Pagoo, LR Despair, Pete, SV1 Shot and SV Richard all on 6 seconds. Car driver and Bradford on 9 seconds of penalties. As LR Despair has made a move to P4, ahead of us is McLaren teammate Pete. So we've got the McLarens are literally in the midfield, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. The Red Bulls in P1, P2, P7 and 8. As we head on to the final lap then, can Bonge hold on to the lead on track to take the win of this 2010 USA Grand Prix? Just half a second the gap now. Heading to the final few corners. Bonge still with 3 seconds less penalties. So if he keeps it on the black top for these final few corners, he will win the USA Grand Prix. He's coming around the final few corners now. If he can just keep that car on the track properly. And he does indeed. He will win round 1 of the SVOR Christmas Cup, Christmas Championship. LR Pagoo comes home P2. Bradford will come home P3. Despair P4, Pete P5, Car Driver P6, SV One Shot will come home P7, and Richard P8. Drivers of today, Bradford starting from P8 on the grid. There you go then, confirmation of results. Bond wins round 1 of the Christmas Championship, followed by LR Pagoo, Bradford, LR Despair, Pete, Car Driver, SV One Shot and SV Richard. Excuse me. Just gonna go to round 2 of the Christmas Championship. Hello. Hello, Bond. Oh dear, party encountered an error. That's not good, is it? Seems the parties are encountering a bit of an error at the minute. Of course my orders are included. No, it's not going to work. Xbox is seemingly having a easy fit at the minute. So this should all be good fun. Excuse me. Just setting up the grid for the second race. These are some nice cars, aren't they, in Class 1? Got the Ferrari F2000, the Williams FW25, the F2004, the R26, the F2007, the MP4-23, the BGP001, the F10, the MP4-25, and the RB6. Very nice cars there. Just sorting out the grid for race 2 and then we'll get going again. Race 2 will be at Britain, which is going to be a straight race, no qualifying. It's going to be a reverse grid of the results of race 1. So starting on pole will be SV Richard, then SV One Shot, Car Driver 77, Pete 77 F1, LR Despair, A Bradford 22, LR Pagoo and Bonge SV will round off the grid. Just to mash it up a bit. Excuse me. Excuse me. Here we go then for race 2 at Silverstone. We're going in 2 minutes for this one, at 9 minutes past 9. So going into the second race. Can I start a party yet? Believe I can. Bonge is obviously leading, then LR Pagoot, then Brad, then Pete, then car driver LR Despair, SV1 Shot and SV Richard. The points are as follows. First place gets 10, second gets 8, third gets 6, fourth gets 5, fifth gets 4, sixth gets 3, seventh gets 2, and eighth gets 1 point. So the Red Bull cars are currently leading in ways of the team championship. 21 for them and 18 for McLaren. Excuse me. Here we go then, for round 2 of the SVOR Christmas Championship. Getting away with formation lap then. Spectator menu. Let's put all this on again. Let's leave it on penalties. Because no one's going to pit. It's just going to be straight racing. Well, they're only going to pit if they get major damage. LR Despair disqualified from the session. So again, we've got the Red Bulls in P1 and 2 and P7 and 8, and then the McLarens in the midfield. Because it's a palindrome, basically. Red Bull, McLaren, 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 Red Bull, Red Bull. So LR Despair will have very cold tyres when we start this race. Excuse me. Lining up on the grid then for round 2 of the SVOR Christmas Championship. Merry Christmas, everyone. Five red lights and away we go for round 2 here at Silverstone, and we've got a big crash between some McLarens. Peter's retired from the session. Oh dear, we've got a safety car already. Don't really know what happened there. Wow. Excuse me. So it's probably going to be quite a long safety car period. So this is going to be... There's not going to be any changes. Has anyone got any damage from any of that? Richard has not. Car driver has not. One Shot has not. Bradford has not. Bonch has not. Pagoo has not. I think LR Despair is missing. He is indeed missing part of his front wing there, so he may opt to pit here for repairs. Bonge also comes in for a pit stop. I'm not sure if he has any damage or not. I would say he has, because he's come in. There's a old F-duct there on the front of the 2010 McLaren, which was then deemed illegal. Again, the timing screen seems to have messed itself up and put us onto lap 3, where we are obviously only on lap 2. We'll still award Point the Pete. Pete the Point. Even though he hasn't finished the race at all, but it's not going to matter for much, so we'll still award him the point. Allowed Despair, then making his way to the back of this field. Where's Bonge? Bonge is already on the back, but they're saying the interval is 4.5, or nearly 5 seconds. Obviously not the case, as he is sitting right behind LR Pagoo. So you see it wrong somewhere. Because that gap is not changing at all, it's staying at 4.921 seconds. Which is obviously a credit to this game. SV One Shot has a 5-second penalty. What did he get that for? For a severe collision with car driver 77. Oh dear. So car driver seems to have made the best start there. Up into P2. Brad, Pagoo and Bonge all made it up 2 places as well. LR Despair's gone down 2 places and Pete has gone down 4 places. I hope the safety car is coming in this lap, so that we can bring you guys watching some racing. Safety car is in this lap then. By the look of things, Richard will lead them away. Here he goes then. He will lead us away on to lap 4. Round 2 of this Christmas Championship. Bonge gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Brad makes his way past SV1 shot, but SV1 shot comes back at him and keeps the position. SV1 shot is, he's had an off and he's all the way down to P7. One shot also gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. And up I go. Ooh, there's a little swipe there nearly. Just seemed to want to cut back in and get back under the slipstream of that McLaren of Bradford. SV Richard still leading the race. A 3-second time penalty for El Arpagou. SV Richard again still leading this race. Bradford picks up a 3-second time penalty as well for his troubles. LR Despair sets the fastest lap of the race. We're not doing fastest lap points. El Arpagou has then got ahead. El Arpagou has a dive for P2 as SV1 shot picks up another 3-second time penalty. Excuse me. So car driver now leads this race. But SV Richard has lost 3 positions in a couple of corners there. So this is very close stuff here from everyone. Bonge gets past LR Despair. They're having a 3-way scrap there for P4. LR Despair gets a 3-second time penalty for his trebles. They go through. Are they going to go 3 wide through Maggots and Beckett? Surely not. 2 wide. LR Despair does make it out in front there in P4 then. So Richard, in the space of half a lap, has gone from leading this race down to P6. Excuse me. So El Arpagou now leads this race. And also sets the fastest lap. Car driver really close behind him here in P2. Then Brad. Then Despair, then Bonge. The McLaren's obviously only down to 3 cars here for this race, as Pete retired on lap 1. He will still get the point though for 8th place. Two McLarens go side by side, I think through Luffield and then Brooklands. I think that's what the corner's called, I forget. Oh, as Bradford goes off wide. Releases car driver back into P2. I think this is Cop's corner, I'm not sure. Not 100%. LR Despair with a 3-second time penalty. Him and Bond up to 6 seconds now. Near enough halfway through this race at Silverstone. Bradford just has a look up the inside through turn 1 there, but thinks better of it. Probably going to wait for the straight, although there is no DRS here with these 2010 cars. Still probably going to wait for the straight, see if he gets a better exit, see if he can get that slipstream working. He's going to go to the outside of the corner. They're going to go side by side, are they? No. Have 3 McLarens here battling out for P2. They want to be careful they don't give this all to the Red Bulls by having a crash with each other. Remembering that they are teammates for this Christmas Cup. All 3 of them going through Cops. I think it's Cops corner. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm sorry if I'm getting the corner names wrong. We're going to go through Maggots and Beckett's all together near enough. LR Despair also makes a great move there to get past Car Driver. So Car Driver is off the podium in 1 corner there. 3 McLarens all in a line, nearly going 3 wide. All this is doing is just letting LR Pagoo run away with this race. Bradford keeps hold of P2 for now. LR Pagoo sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:31.1. Excuse me. All the while, Bonge has closed in on these battling for P2, and LR Pagoo is now running away with the lead of this race on lap 8. SV one shot picks up a 3-second penalty, as does SV Richard. Is Bond going to be able to make a move on Car Driver here? SV one shot picks up another 3-second time penalty for his troubles. With the way these penalties are going, Car Driver could find himself back on the podium here if he stays within 6 seconds of LR Despair come the end of this race. He's got Bond for company at the minute though, as Bradford also picks up another 3-second time penalty. He wouldn't have wanted to pick that up. Ooh, Bond just get ahead as Bradford sets the fastest lap of the race. Bond now needs a 3-second lead to hold on to that P4. He could find himself on the podium now, or he could find himself only keeping hold of P4 with after penalties are applied, depending on the gaps. Come the end of this race. There's 4 laps to go here. Alapagu holds a fairly healthy lead of 3.2 seconds over Bradford, who holds a lead of 3.6 seconds. At the minute, Bonge would be inheriting that P3 from El Despair. Car driver picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, excuse me. Going on to lap 11 now. And Bradford's took a chunk of time out of El Pagu here. He's took about half a second out of him. Bring you the closest battle on track then between car driver and Bonge. SVOR shot picks up another 3-second time penalty for his troubles. The gap between Bonge and Despair has grown to just over 3 seconds now, so the podium will stay as it is if there is no more penalties. El Pagu sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:30.011. Excuse me. Final lap then here for round 2 of the SVOR Christmas Championship. And it looks like LR Pagoo is going to take the win here. Car driver picks up another 3-second penalty. So coming round the final couple of corners, then it is indeed going to be LR Pagoo picking up the win here. Bradford will come home P2. LR Despair will come home P3. Bonge will come home P4. Car driver P5. SV Richard P6 and SV One Shot P7. There you go then, confirmation of results. Just setting up the grid for race 3 now then. Excuse me. We'll go for round 3 will be at the Netherlands. We'll start race 3 and the final race for tonight in the SVOR Christmas Cup. So the starting grid for race 3 will be SV One Shot on pole position. SV Richard and SV One Shot are tied on points at the bottom for 4 points apiece. But because SV Richard has had the one better result, he goes to P7 in the table. So the grid is as follows: SV1 Shot on pole, followed by SV Richard, then Pete, then Car Driver, then LR Despair, then A Bradford, then Bonge, then LR Pog Ooh, Here we go then, for round 3 of the SVOR Christmas Championship. We will go to the Netherlands. I'll keep the penalty screen on, because I like it. So again, we've still got the 2 Red Bulls at the front, the 4 McLarens in the middle, and the 2 Red Bulls at the back. So they all line up back on the grid. Ready to go here for this Netherlands Grand Prix. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and away we go for this Netherlands Grand Prix. They all seem to get away cleanly this time. They seem to have got a grasp on how to start with these cars. And Pete quickly takes the lead of this race. That is fantastic. 2 positions in 1 corner. SV Richard in P2, car driver P3, LR Despair P4, SV One Shot now down in P6. Bradford's just taken him into P5. There's LR Despair also moves up to P3. Bonge and LR Pagoo still down in P7 and P8 at the minute. So not had the best of starts, them two. LR Despair looking at a move, and has just got damage from hitting the back of SV Richard. So we've got Pete running away with this race then. SV Richard holding position at the minute, I believe. Is it restarted? Yep. Car driver also holding position. LR Despair and Pete up 2 positions each. Brad, Bonge and Pog all up 1 position. One Shot down 7 positions. LR Despair still looking at that move on the outside. Now gone to the inside and does indeed take P2 away from Richard here. Pete sets the fastest lap of the race. SV Richard has been spun and is now all the way down in P8. Lapagoo seems to be struggling here, down in P7. Bonge somehow has taken the lead of this race. No, he hasn't. Timing screens are messed up. We do have a safety car here, so this is going to save quite a few of them people who have had damage on lap 1, or the first couple of laps, sorry. 18 laps of this Netherlands Grand Prix. Drive-through penalty for Bradford for speeding under the safety car. That's going to be served after the safety car comes in. Oh dearie dearie me. So we've got LR Despair and Brad and Bonge all pitting then. And LR Pagoo. And you would assume SV Richard as well. So SV one shot back up into P3. Car driver P2. Beat P1. So we've got a McLaren 1-2 at the minute, a Red Bull in third, McLaren in fourth, Red Bull, McLaren, Red Bull, Red Bull. Bradford still with that drive-through penalty though, so that's going to cost him very dearly in this race. So obviously he can't serve that until the safety car period ends. So seemingly not going to be very happy with that at all. Nearly having some collisions there under the safety car. I'm pretty sure this is going to let Pete catch up to the pack. Not Pete. Richard. Unless he's had another spin there, has he? I think he has and lost some more wing. So he's going to be coming in again for another new wing. So he's had another off, and he's going to come in for another pit. Excuse me. And Richard should still be able to make it round to these guys. Just in time when the safety car comes in. Should just be able to get to the end of this straight to be able to catch them up. So Pete then will lead us off after the safety car restart. Oh, there he goes then, but has LR Despair got a jump on him here? LR Despair not quite close enough to make a move into turn one. And we've got another McLaren round, and it's Bradford, I think. Or is it LR Despair? It is, it's Despair's. So we've still got a McLaren 1-2 in Pete and car driver. SV1 shot currently in P3, followed by Bonge, Pagoo, Richard, Bradford and Despair. Bradford still with that drive-through penalty to serve. I should think he would serve it in this race. In this lap. Oh, as he has a spin. And that's just going to let LR Despair work his way through to P7. Surely this is pretty much the end of Brad's race now with that drive-through penalty. It's going to set him back about 20 seconds here. Jumps it over that curb there. Got another yellow flag. I think for LR Despair again. And he's in the wall and he's got a lot of damage. Not a very good race for the two of the McLaren drivers. So Brad comes in to serve his penalty then. Despair comes in for a pit stop. So it's all changed. We've got McLaren. Red Bull. McLaren. Brad has now finished serving his drive-through. LR Despair has finished his pit stop. So at the top of the championship at the minute is currently LR Pagoo on 18 points. We're doing the old school system, so first, well, I think I've already explained it. LR Pagoo is currently on 18 points. Bond is on 15, Brad is on 14, Despair is on 11, Car Driver on 7, Pete on 5, SV Richard and SV One Shot both on 4 points. We've got another safety car. Is that for an incident for LR Despair again? It would seem that way because he's lost more of his front wing there. Be careful he doesn't get lapped here if he's coming into the pits again. So it's 2 safety cars now we've had. I think this will be his 3rd stop, I believe. So this should have indeed saved LR Despair's race to a certain extent. Although until the leader catches that safety car, he's got to stay under the delta. No one's got any penalties. Despair is going to be on the freshest tyres out there. But he's going to have his work cut out to get to the front. So LR Despair seems to be struggling here. So that saved Brad as well, who had that drive-through penalty under the last safety car. Despair's still got a long way here to catch up to this pack. Safety car in this lap then. LR Despair has indeed made his way back to the pack. So it's race on then. Everyone all over the place, and LR Despair has picked up more damage. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, he's not having fun out there, I don't think. Does get past SVOR shot though. Can he get past Brad? No, he can't. Oh, can he? Oh, just. Oh, no. Oh. Monkey. Yellow flag in sector 1 for car driver. As LR Despair is retired from the race then. We've got two other drivers over there on the grass, which is Brad and SV Richard. Quite a big incident there, by the looks of things. No safety car this time, so we're just straight racing. Got Pete leading the race with LR Pagoo and P2. Bonge in P3. Bonge wanted to get past LR Pagoo for the fight for the championship. He's going to make a move going into turn 1. He's got the inside line. Can he make it stick? No, not quite. LR Pagoo's had a good run on the exit of the corner. The bottom 5 or bottom 4 have all pitted here. SV1 shot's got a penalty. What's that for? Just a 5-second penalty. Don't quite know what's that for. What that is for, sorry. So it's just going to be a straight fight for the win for this top 3 here. Less than a second between all 3 of these guys at the top. Car driver picks up a 3-second time penalty. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. That is for Bradford. Seems to have had an off somewhere. McLaren again down to 3 cars in this race, as they were in the last race. Bradford doesn't seem to have picked up any damage there. LR Pagoo right onto the back of Pete now. Pete will, or Bonge will be wanting Pete to win this race over LR Pagoo if Bonge can't win it himself. Bonge sets the fastest lap of the race then with a 13.7. Brad picks up a 3-second time penalty. LR Pagoo is going to try and go the long way around in turn 1. As Pete has a lock up into... oh, and LR Pagoo has lost it and he's released Bonge into P2. Oh dearie dear. He's got a free pit stop if he wants it. Just about. Or has he now? No, I don't think he has anymore. But you'd think he would be able to pit and come out and then catch SV1 shot. With that damage, Is that going to cost him? He's certainly not going to win this race now. Unless we have another safety car at all. So Bond will really want to get after Pete now and capitalise on that mistake from LR Pagoo, who does indeed come into the pits then. SV1 shot will take P3 here then momentarily, if nothing else. He does have that 5-second penalty. Excuse me. I don't think Bond can catch him here though. The gap's grown to 1.1 seconds. That car driver had an off there, looks like it. Pagoo's picked up a 3-second time penalty. Bond just closing that gap down. He's closed it down by 4/10 now. 3 laps to go the next time they come around. Excuse me. Okay. Apparently I'm not excused. Bond sets the fastest lap of the race. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2 again. It is SV1 shot this time. So that releases LR Pagoo back up into P3. Damage limitation here. Or Red Bull driver to the other Red Bull driver. Bond still can't seem to get that much closer to Pete to be able to take the lead of this race. This is the closest he's been so far. Just half a second between us. Bond sets another fastest lap of the race and he's really wants that win. Just 2 laps to go now. In round 3 of this SVOR Christmas Championship. The gap now down to just 3/10, 2/10. This is going to be a close one. Neither of them have put a foot wrong here in this race. Whoever wins it is going to be fully deserving of the win. Is he going to set another fastest lap of the race here? I think he might do. No, he doesn't. Not this time. So, last lap here. The gap, half a second. 0 mistakes from either of them. Pete up 2 places. Bonge and Pagoo up 5 places each. It all comes down to this final lap. He's going to try and get a better exit here off this final corner. He's very close now. Is he going to make a move going into the last couple of corners? Oh, he's going to try it, but he doesn't quite make it. That leaves it for Pete to be able to just drive away, I think, and take the win of this Netherlands Grand Prix. He does indeed. Pagoo will come home. In P3. This is going to be close between Brad and One Shot here. I think Brad's just going to get that gap to just above a second, so he hangs on to P4 here. Does indeed. The driver of the day goes to LR Pagoo for that race. Oh dear. So I think... Oh, ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. So going into tomorrow night, I believe the gap at the top of the table between the drivers, between LR Pagoo and Bonge SV, will be 1 point. There we go then. Pete winning the final race of the night and the 3rd race of this championship. Bonge coming home P2, LR Pagoo P3, Bradford P4, One Shot P5, Richard P6, Car Driver P7, and LR Despair did not finish the race, but in P8 he will still get the point. Hello. There's a kitty cat in my ear. You might have heard that on the mic. Join us again tomorrow night for the conclusion of